Let's make this plushie, but first, some tea.
Good morning, guys. I'm going to make myself a little bit of plum tea. So I cut up some plums and I put them in here with sugar. I didn't add any juice. It's just the juice from the plums. Settled in and made this tea, a tea. So I'm going to actually just pour some into my cup and add some hot water from my water tower.
Just ignore where the silver is peeling off. I've had this water tower for a long time. Hey, it's Charlie Ray. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to make a candy corn plushie with you guys. It should come together pretty quickly because I'm going to be using this bulky yarn right here and these 3 candy corn colors. So I'm going to be holding 2 threads of yarn together to make this plushie. What I'm going for is I want to make this project quick, easy, but I also want it to be a little larger than the small ones that I make. So I'm not going up very much in needle size, even though I'm using 2 threads of bulky yarn. Okay, so holding the 2 threads together, you are going to go ahead and start off with a simple slip knot. We are using a 5.25 millimeter hook, and we are going to chain 21 stitches. Okay, so once you have your 21 stitches, you are going to single crochet in the second chain from the hook, 1, 2. It's going to be a little tight, but we want it to be snug because we don't want a lot of large holes for the stuffing to poke through. So go ahead and single crochet in each chain to the end. After making 21 chains for your foundation row, you are going to single crochet in each chain across to the end. Once you get to the end, you're going to put 3 more single crochets in the final stitch. This is going to allow us to turn to the other side and chain back towards the beginning. So now we are going to continue along the bottom row, making single crochets in the bottom of the original chain. So these spaces here, you can hold on to these threads so that you don't have to weave them in later. So we already have the first one in here, so we just need to add 3 more. And don't forget to hold on to your yarn so that you don't have to weave those ends in later. So that's going to be 1, 2, and 3 for a total of 4 single crochets in that final stitch. So now we are going to go into this space here. Let me just get this out and show you. Into this space here, here, so on and so forth. And we are just going to once again single crochet across. And we just continue to single crochet to the end of the row. Okay, so once you've completed that, you will be back at the beginning chain. So in that first stitch right here, that first chain, you already have the one stitch. You are going to make 3 more in this tight space right here, so that you can have a total of 4, just like you have on the other end. So let's go ahead and do that. Then once you've made those 3 chains, you can slip stitch it to the top of your first single crochet on the other end. So now we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to put 2 single crochets into this same stitch. And 2. Okay, now we are going to single crochet all the way down to the other end. So for the next, so for the next 19 stitches, we are going to single crochet. So I had to pull all of that loose and then start over with the yellow yarn. Okay, so now that we have the 18 stitches across the second round, we are going to put 2 single crochets in each of the next 4 stitches. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it'll be 1, 2, and we just follow it on around. What I mean to say is that for a total of 4 stitches going around this corner, you want to put 2 single crochets in each one. You're then going to crochet down the other side, single crochets of course. And when you get to the other side, do the same thing. Once you have a total of 4 of the stitches that have 2 single crochets in them, including the one you started with, slip stitch to the beginning single crochet, and that is the end of this round. So from here it gets pretty simple. Now you're just going to single crochet in each stitch around, slip stitching it back together at the end of each round for the next 2 rounds. So chain 1, going to single crochet in this stitch and in each stitch across. The rubbery part on the handle started sliding around for some reason, and it was making the stitches very difficult. So I luckily had a new one of the same needle on hand, so I was able to just get rid of the old one and keep going. I debated about adding a couple of more rows of yellow, and I decided not to, but I wish I had, because the ratio of yellow to orange and white was a little off, but you know, that's okay.
now that we're at the end, we're going to decrease twice. So we're going to single crochet 2 stitches together once, and then do that one more time, and then we'll just keep doing single crochets to the other side and do the same thing over there. Choosing a spot at random, I added the next color, which was orange, and just kept doing the same thing I did on the previous row, which is crocheting to the end or the corner, and then doing 2 decrease stitches, going all the way around to the other side, 2 decrease stitches, and slip stitching to the beginning of the round. For the sake of keeping things quick and easy, I didn't bother to count the stitches to get to the next corner. I just pinched it together, and that's how I determined where the 4 stitches I was single crocheting together would be.
Hey, it's another day, and I am still working on this project because this is how far I got in the first session. So I would like to finish this up in the second session by adding maybe a couple more rows of orange. I'm not sure how many, transitioning to the white and getting it all stuffed. So let's do that now. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to finish it obviously with the white, but before I get, before the opening gets too narrow, I want to go ahead and get the stuffing in there. So I have a couple different kinds here that I like to use. This is the regular polyfill that you get at the store. And this, I got from some, basically, it's like pillow stuffing, but a particular kind. I don't know what it's called. So I actually like to mix these two, but you can use whatever stuffing that you want. And if you are using the 2 stuffings, I kind of just layer it in. Make sure you get it into the corners. And some of this kind. Spread that out to both sides. More fluff. this. Leave a little space on the top and just go a couple more rounds, stuff a little more, a couple more rounds until you get to the end. So I'm going to do that now and I will be right back. Depending on the height you want your candy corn to be or how sharp you want the top of the corn to be, you can make less decreased stitches to make it pointier and taller, or more decreased stitches to make it sharper. Less sharp and more blunt, just shorter. But because I wanted it to be a certain height, and also because I didn't use enough yellow rows at the beginning, I wanted to end the candy corn a little early and give it a more blunt look. However, at this point you can see I don't have enough stuffing in the top, so I had to pull that loose and add some more stuffing in and go ahead and finish up this project. So once you're done, you can just cut the yarn and pull the threads through to the inside of your project by slipping your crochet needle in further down, and then poking it out somewhere right next to the threads that are at the top, wrapping those threads around your needle and then pulling them inside the project. If you have some stuffing come out, then you can just use something like a paintbrush to push the stuffing back in and you're done. I kind of wish I had added a little face to this, but other than that, I like it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.